Welcome to Rayman Legends. How you guys doing? Sorry about not uploading gameplays for the past couple of days. I did say that I was going to upload a lot more and then I actually didn't end up doing it. But now I'm here. I'm here, guys, so I really appreciate you guys tuning in. How you all doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. And man, I got a lot to mention today. So first of all, this is so awesome. I guess I could call him a fan of my music. Made a sort of mashup thing on Twitter. He actually took the audio from my first ever remix that I put on my music channel, and he made a mashup of sound effects used from the Phoenix Wright games, or game I should say. And yeah, the way he put it together was so awesome. Here's a little clip. Listen. Yo. Woo. Yo. The head bobbing and everything, that's awesome. Yep, even the judges on it.
Objection! Hold it!
Objection, yo.
Take that! Objection! 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 Hold it! Objection!
Man, this is so awesome.
Objection! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Take that!
Take that! Okay, that is awesome. Guys, come on. Take that! That's catchy as hell, man. So go ahead and watch the video for yourself. Shouts out to Spud Ninja for making that for me. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. You can watch the full video on his Twitter. So go to his Twitter, follow him, and you know, follow his works. He needs support. He's got a lot of talent. Go ahead and check him out. I really appreciate that, Spud Ninja, and everything is in the description. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So there you go. that oh man, that was awesome. Thanks. The fact that somebody went out of their way to do that for me, man. I can't show enough. Thank you so much. That's so awesome, man. I really appreciate that. But in not so good news, here's some sad news. I just found out that Michel Ancel, who created Rayman, is actually leaving the gaming industry. The guy who created Rayman, let me say that again, the guy who created Rayman is leaving the gaming industry. Michel Ancel, he's leaving, he's gone. He's working on, I believe, an animal reserve. So he's gone to, you know, treat animals and so this is what he said on his Instagram. Michel Ancel, he said, "Today is very special for me. After more than 30 years, I've decided to stop working on video games and fully focus on my second passion, wildlife. My new project takes new place in the real world and consists in a wildlife open sanctuary dedicated to education, nature lovers, and wild animals. Many of you might want to know what will happen to Wild and BGE2. No worries, since many months now, the teams are autonomous and the projects are going super well. Beautiful things to be seen soon. May the fox be with you." And that's what he said on his Instagram. So hey man, salute to Michel Ancel. I really appreciate you for, man, I mean, Rayman is one of the first games I ever played. I remember playing, man, I must have been like 6 at the time with my PS1, one of the first consoles. I think that was the second console that I ever had back in the day. So man, I really appreciate that, Michel Ancel. You're awesome, and go take care of those animals. You know, there are things in this world, even though I'm playing video games right now, I gotta admit there are things in this world that are just so much more important to, you know, to everything, to humankind. And yeah, I really, really appreciate this guy, you know, taking care of Yars creatures. So thank you for doing that, and I hope that it leads you to hey, the place that you need to be in life, man. I come on, guys. Let's give it up for Michel Ancel. You know, it takes a lot of, it must have taken a lot of, you know, guts to leave the gaming industry and go and do something that's completely different. But yeah, so shouts out to him. I really appreciate it. I mean, look at what he made. Look at this. All right. So yeah, we got more than enough runs to, you know what I mean? There's no suspense here. Yeah, boy. There we go. 450. Yeah, dude. And 600. All right. Yeah. There we go. That's it. There you go, guys. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the, what's it called? The Super Mario 3D... What is it called? Let me... Oh, see, I gotta look it up again. Let me get the name right. Okay. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. That's the name of the game in question. So I believe that was released recently, maybe over the past 2-3 days or something like that. So Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a game that was released for the Nintendo Switch just a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. And just like the Super Mario All-Stars games, it is a remix of games. Sorry, a remake of games. A remake of Super Mario games that have come out already in the past. And those games are Super Mario 64, very popular one. Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Now, I have a lot to say about the new sort of remakes that they've made. So, for a while now, I kind of had a problem with Nintendo, to be really honest with you. They've kind of been a little bit shady in certain decisions that they've made, and I feel like Super Mario 3D All-Stars is one of those shady decisions that they have made. I'm really disappointed in the fact that they made these remakes with barely any changes to the original games. Now, when you hear remake, you probably think, okay, it's going to be sort of like what they did with Crash Bandicoot, right? But, you know, what puzzles me is the fact that it's not actually a remake of those games at all. They literally just put it through the HD machine and then call it, you know, new games. That's what they've basically done. So they just made HD remasters of those games that have come out before. As aforementioned, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. That's all they've done. They've just made it HD. So they're not really remakes at all, like what I was expecting, and that's really unfortunate. But yeah, it really puzzles me because, I mean, if you look at, like, say, Spyro or Crash Bandicoot, you know those trilogies actually got full-on remakes that were built from from scratch. So it really puzzles me that, I mean, man, put it this way: if I am in competition, because Nintendo and Sony are in competition right now. If I know that my competition has done something that is really awesome and that a lot of people really liked, that being the oh, almost died, the Reignited trilogy and the Insane trilogy, right? Then that's my frame of reference now. So if I know that a company has done something that is really cool and a lot of people liked, oh, I can just, okay, fair enough. Then that is my frame of reference. So I'm like, okay, that's what that business has done. I can not only do what that business has done, but show them up. You know, do it a lot better than they've done it. You know? But instead of doing that, Nintendo was just like, yeah, you know what? We'll put these games that are already been released and just run it through a HD machine, and there you go. These are new games now, and it's $60, and you can only... So they're only available for a limited amount of time. It's just like, man, in my opinion, it's not really worth the excitement that they made it out to be. If they did what Sony did, where they actually remade those games from scratch, that would have been awesome. Like, could you imagine Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy remade with today's technology? That would be so awesome. But they didn't do it, which is really disappointing to me. So I personally don't think it's worth buying it. Also, not to mention that, okay, Super Mario 64 actually had a remaster already for the Nintendo DS called Super Mario 64 DS. And that game had more characters, more missions, more power-ups. It even had a little mini-game, that, like a mini-game mode, which consisted of thousands of... well, not thousands, but consisted of maybe about 100 mini-games altogether, which is really awesome. So I think what disappoints me is that they paid more attention to the game that had less content than the game that was actually, you know, that had more. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if I made a game, and then I made a remastered version of that game that had like way more content. It's basically like Super Mario 64 DS is basically just Super Mario 64 but with DLC. Awesome DLC, that is. So I don't understand why they would pay attention to the more inferior version of the game and remaster that than actually remastering, you know, the actual the version for the DS. And it's the same thing with Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy 1 had a sequel that came out 2 years later called Super Mario Galaxy 2, which came out on the Wii. Now, for those of you who don't know, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is kind of the same thing, right? It's just the first game, but with added content. It has all the missions from the first game, pretty much. The only difference is it's just a little bit more brighter of a game, and yeah, it just has more missions, a lot more for you to do, a lot more content. So again, it surprises me that they paid more attention to Super Mario Galaxy and not Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is the better version of the game. That makes no sense. This is why, you know, I can give Sega so much respect, because at least Sega had, you know, fans on the payroll, right? Fans of those games are on the payroll. Well, I don't want to Mega Man myself now. Remember that, guys? When I was playing Mega Man 1 and then the camera didn't follow me as I was going down and it made me kill myself? Okay. Whoa, I almost missed that. Alright. So yeah, so at least, you know, I can have a lot of respect for Sega in that regard. They actually had fans who were making sort of mods of Sonic games. They put them on the payroll and allowed them to make an entirely new game that was actually a sequel, you know? Whereas Nintendo, it's like, man, for me, what I've taken away from this sort of trilogy thing that they made, is that, man, when you're at the top, you don't really have to worry about what other people think, you know? You've got nothing to prove. But when nobody knows about you, you try even harder to prove yourself and to show the whole world what you can do. But since Nintendo is, well, nearly at the top, Sony's, you know, currently taking that title, but Nintendo is second. So I've noticed a pattern with them lately. It's like, man, just because they're Nintendo, they don't really feel like they have to prove anything to anybody, and it shows. It really, really shows. It's really disappointing. And yeah, so I'm really disappointed with Nintendo right now. I just am, you know. I don't think that the Super Mario 3D All-Stars is worth, you know, what they made it out to be really fair with you. That's just me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on, Murphy. Okay. Hold on, I want to get up there because I missed something. Can I reach it? Yeah, I can. Okay, good. So, there we go. Alright, wait! Murphy, okay. Can't last like a second without me? Sheesh, Louise. Anyway, so yeah, and I noticed this as well. At first it was with, what was it? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I noticed that they put out very deceptive marketing when it came to the main story. Myself and a lot of us thought that we were going to get another Subspace Emissary, which is, if you don't know, was a story mode in the Wii game, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, that had like really cinematic, epic cutscenes of all the Nintendo characters fighting together against one, you know, uniting against one evil, which is really, really awesome. So they marketed Super Smash Bros. Ultimate the same way. So everybody thought, oh man, we're going to get Subspace Emissary again. But nope. That's the story mode that was in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate just ended up being having like one cutscene. No, I think like 2 or 3 cutscenes, and I was just like, man, that just sucks. That was so deceptive. So that was that was strike 1. Strike 2 was the whole Pokédex debacle. Now I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, here we go with the whole Pokédex thing. So just to give you guys some context, it was a Pokemon game that was released for the Nintendo Switch. There were 2 versions of the same game, just like the tradition, and it was called Super Mario... sorry, Pokemon Sword and Shield. I got my mind on Mario right now. Pokemon Sword and Shield, and in those games, they basically got rid of like half of the Pokemon, I believe, which was really disappointing for a lot of people, because it's like, man, how could you get rid of half of the Pokemon? And then the Pokemon that they later unlocked, which isn't all of them yet, by the way, they put behind a paywall. I'm like, bro, is Nintendo slowly turning into EA? Like, what is going on with them? And then, of course, this whole Super Mario, 3D All-Stars package bundle, mega bundle pack thing, right? I'm just like, that is truly upsetting for me. Should I go down there? It looks like something is waiting for me right down there, man. The most secret, I don't think I was supposed to go down here, but it looks like something is inviting me, man. Okay. So yeah, I personally would not be spending any money on Super Mario 3D All-Stars. If that's something that you want to do, then hey, I mean, you already have the intelligence to know if you want to buy something, so go ahead and do it. If you enjoy the games, then more power to you. But for myself, nah. I'm not buying those games, sorry. I think it's just a cheap little thing. You know what I mean? As I said before, why not just, instead of making remasters of the more inferior versions of the game, why not make a remaster of the actual sequels to the games? Super Mario 64 DS and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Make remakes of... If you're not gonna give those games graphical overhauls, which I guess is a lot to ask. No, it's not. But if you're not gonna do that, then at least pay attention to the better versions of the games. It's like you don't pay attention to the games you've released. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me, guys. And... Oh, what's going on over here? So that's my thoughts on the Super Mario 3D All-Stars thing. I'm not going to get it. I don't think it's worth it. And I think that Nintendo has been slipping lately. What do you guys think? Are you going to get those games? And have you enjoyed them? And what do you think on my opinions? Do you think I was right, wrong, or whatever? And also, man, there are other companies out there right now that are actually putting in a greater effort than Nintendo is. So shouts out to those companies right there. Sega being one of them. Putting people that were hacking and modding the games for the original games for the Genesis and putting them on the payroll, which I think is really awesome. Whereas on the flip side, Nintendo is pulling down fan games that people are making, and just, I don't know. Nintendo's no fun.
Can't believe I just said that.
They put hackers and mods on the payroll, and that's how we got Sonic Mania. The general consensus with Sonic Mania is that it was really, really good, right? So those are my thoughts. My name is Awedecai, by the way, and did you think that I was right or wrong, or what was your opinion? Did you buy the games? Do you think it's worth buying? And if you bought it, did you enjoy it? Leave your comments in the description. Let me know your thoughts. I really appreciate it. And give this video a like, because we need all the support we can get. And subscribe if you're new to the channel, because I make videos whenever I can. So I appreciate it, guys. My name is Awedecai, and I'll see you guys next time on